Okay. สวัสดีค่ะ Hello teacher Gary. My name is Asina Ankuntheva Laksa. I come from M6 Lab 3 and you know my nickname? My name is Cake and number 37. After third time of failure to send you the video, I decided to re-record it in my phone. So let's start it. Today I'm gonna discuss the movie named Midnight in Paris. Woo! This movie is directed and written by Woody Allen. It is 94 minutes long and is an American movie. The reason that I shoot this movie, actually, I have so many movies that I really want to review from you, but finally I decided to shoot Midnight in Paris because I got the influences from TV drama, TV series such like Boardwalk Empire, Downton Abbey, The Great Gatsby. Those are in 1920 era, which is one of the era that I really want to travel back to stay in because they're full of jazz music and dancing. No more examinations, no more gap pass. So I really want to turn back to 1920, also fashionable, also it's fashioned. And the more reason that I shoot it because one, it had an outstanding plot. Two, it had a wonderful location because it's shooting in Paris. And three, because it had an amazing soundtrack that you have to listen to it. You made me wonder what is the plot of this, so I will be telling you the plot. Midnight in Paris is about Gil Plender, a successful but unfulfilled screenwriter, Hollywood screenwriter, who are vacationing in Paris with his fiancée Inez. Inez travels with her wealthy family. First, there's some conflict between Inez and Gil because Inez wants to live in Malibu after marriage, but Gil really wants to move in Paris. And he really wants to be a novelist. He really wants to make a romantic novel. But Inez thinks he gonna get through this with his new career. So they start a conflict between them. One night after dinner, Inez, by a chance, she met her own friend named Paul, and Paul asked them to go to dancing after dinner. But Gil refused to go to dancing because he doesn't like Paul, because Paul is an exaggerate man who always telling people with everything that he knows, even is right or wrong. He doesn't care. He's just speaking everything, and that's why it makes Gil just like him. Gil refused to go to dancing. He decided to go to walk on the street in the night of Paris, and he got lost. So when the midnight came, he met some pale cars, and inside the car there are a man invited him into the car. They took him into the party where he met a famous singer named Cole Porter. He is the songwriter in 1920 era, they're very famous. This is the place where Gil realized that he is standing in 1920 era, which era that he in love with this, which he think that is the golden age of Paris. So, and he met the famous writer named Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald. Scott Fitzgerald is the writer of The Great Gatsby, and they are the writer that Gil idolized. Fitzgerald took Gil to the other club where Gil met Ernest Hemingway. He is also one of his favorite writers too. He asked Hemingway to read his paper. Hemingway said that I won't read any paper that better than me, or I don't read any bad paper. So he decided to take Gil to meet someone that he tried to read his paper. Hemingway take Gil to Gertrude Steinhaus. Gertrude Steinhaus, she is an art collector writer and also artist. So Gil decided to give his paper to Stein, but when he walked out to the house, he thought that he'd go back to 2010, and when he turned back to go to Stein's house, he found that it is a Dundari store. So in the other night, he tried to take Enid with him, but Enid get impatient to wait and she go back to the hotel before the midnight. When the midnight came again, Gil was taken to Stein's house again. It is the place where he met the greatest artist of abstract named Pablo Picasso, and he met some beautiful woman named Adriana. He and Adriana exchanged the opinion about in love with Pat, and Adriana said that it is normal for you to be in love with the past, because what are you saying now is nothing for you to in love with. So it is impossible. It is possible to be in love with the past. So this is the beginning of their relationship. When he back to 2010, he found that he met a girl who worked on this shop, and they exchanged the opinion about Cole Porter. And when he walked beside the Seine River, he found the diary of Adriana. He asked the guide to translate into English. The guide said that Adriana write in her diary that she fell in love with an American writer named Gil Plender, but he is going to marry, so she now in broken heart. But she dreamed that one night Gil give her an earring, and they kiss and they do something. So that's why it made Gil decide to sold the earring from his fiancée. But Ines come to go back to the hotel before he go out. So he have to return the earring to the place where it belonged. He decided to buy a new one and go back to 1920 again. He gave an earring to Adriana. They kissed, but before they do something else, they met a horse carrier. Inside the horse carrier, there are some rich men who dress in luxury dress and so beautiful. They invite him into the carriers. So they go back and they go to the club, Maxim Club. They realize that they traveled back in time in 1890, the age called the Blood Epoch. This is an era which Adriana is loved it, and she is the golden age of Paris. So Adriana get the offer to work on ballet, about clothing ballet, and she really liked it. But Gil and Adriana, they talk each other. Gil say that you are not belong to 1890, you belong to 1920. You have to go back. But Adriana said that the place where I live, where I used to belong, is not a place that my heart say that I love it. There is nothing for me to stay in 1920 anymore. I really want to live in 1890. So she decided to leave Gil and she decided to work with them. And Gil asked the artist in 1890 about which age that do you think is the golden age of Paris. Most of them say that they think that Renaissance is the golden age of Paris. So it make Gil realize that despite of the allure of nostalgia, it is better to be in love and stay with your present, because every present moment of your life is the golden age of your life. So he decided to go back to 2010, but before he go back to 2010, he went back to Gertrude Stein's house and take his paper. Gertrude said that his paper is wonderful, full of creative and powerful, but she said that the protagonist in this novel did he notice that his fiancée is cheating on him, and the character on Gil's novel is based on Ines and Paul, so it makes him realize that his fiancée is cheating on him. So when he turned back to 2010, he asked Ines that, are you cheating on me? And Ines said, yes, because Paul is better than Gil. So this is the end of their relationship. So Gil decided to break up with Ines, and when he walked around in Paris, and in the night he met a girl who worked on the dish shop. Her name is Gabriella. They told that she got some co-partner singer and she really think about him. And it started raining. They decide to walk together, and Gabriella said that she liked to walk in the rain, and she think the most beautiful moment of Paris is in raining, which is same as Gil's opinion, because in the opening scene of this movie, Gil said that he liked Paris and he loved Paris when it's in raining, and he liked to walk in the rain. So in the end of the movie, they walk together and they share their opinion together. So this is the end of the movie, and I think Gil found his part and present in Gabriella. Yeah, this is the end of the plot. So let's move to characterization. The main character in this movie is Gil Pender, starring by Owen Wilson. This character is a kind of a man. He is a successful but unfulfilled Hollywood screenwriter. He is a kind of romantic, creative, and gentleman. But sometimes he can be a little bit antisocial and also crazy, because he is an individual man who depends everything on his opinion, and he did open mind to everybody he doesn't trust. But he had a hard heart, because he didn't trust anyone to read his work. He just opened mind to get people to read his work when he met Gertrude Stein, and he brave to read his success to restart in Paris to be a full-time novelist. But Gil is not my favorite character. My favorite character is Adriana. Adriana is a sweet, smart, and beautiful girl in 1920. She really brave. She had a very brave heart, because she dared to decide her own way to live. She dared to shoot her own way to be with people. She know how to smile. She know how to be a lady, and even she's in love with Gil, but she's strong enough to leave him and stay in the era that her heart is belong to. She is the kind of new model of woman who live in an old-fashioned of woman, where in 1920 the woman have no right to work. The woman have to follow what the man say, but Adriana dared to be in love with the man that she loved, but she shoot her own way. So she kind of a new model of woman, a modern movement in an North Asian age. So that's why I really like her. The protagonist of this movie also Gil's splendor. And the antagonist of this movie, I think, is Enid. There's some main conflict in this movie, but the main conflict of this movie, I think, is Gil's conflict himself about his career, who he should love, and what city that he should stay at, and this is the time that he spent here. This is the right time that he should spend his life, and that's the reason I think Ines is the antagonist, because she is one of the reasons that make the conflict into guilt, because she ignored him, she didn't support him, his work, she just ignored him, and this is the reason that make Gil think that maybe present is not good enough for him, maybe he should go back to the time to 1920 where his heart is belong to. And the way that the conflict is resolved is when Gil realized that Nottages, despite to the allure of Nottages, it's better to him to spend his life into the present time. He should move on, and every present time is the golden age of his life. So the way that Gil realized that he belonged to 2010 is when he go back to 1890, and he found that everyone had their own golden age, but finally we have to spend our life in the present time. That's it. This is the way that the conflict realized that the conflict still like is when he find out that his fiancée is cheating on him. So it's making that he can leave everything in USA and move to Paris without anything that obstruct him to restart. And what is my favorite part of this movie? I can say that I really like the opening part of this movie when they shooting around the Paris, they shooting the Louvre Museum, the Versailles Palace, and around the Paris, and they have some own French classic jazz music appear in when the first time that I listen in this music, I can feel that my heart it belongs to this movie. This movie is already take my mind, and I can say that even I am the new generation, but I a kind of jazz lover. I really like to listen some old jazz song, Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Patti Page, Frank Sinatra. I really like swing band too. So when I listen a jazz song in the opening stage, in the opening scene, so I really fall in love with this scene. The worst part of this movie, I have to say that I didn't see any worst parts of the movie. Okay, this movie may be a little bit boring because it's not non-action movie, non-thriller or horror movie that can't beat your heart. But when I watch this movie, I can feel warmed, and I can feel that my heart is fulfilled. This movie is so perfectly in scene, and the plot, the music, everything so completely perfect. And what other things? What the movie teach me? The movie teach me to love in the present time. It's okay for you to be nostalgic about the past, about the things that we used to do it, but finally we have to live in our present. So you have to get used to love with your present time, because as I say, every present time in your life is the golden age of your life. So be in love with your present time. So please be in love when you're watching my video, because it's the golden age of your life. And what the author think. The theme of this movie, I forgot to say that the theme of this movie is a combination between Notatius and modalism. They combine together with so what they call it's like espresso with vanilla ice cream. It's a completely smooth and completely clear and beautiful movie. So this movie never been in the book before, but and finally, if I can recommend you to watch this movie, I have to say that this movie is the kind of warm heart movie that after you watch it, you will feel very warm and happy. It's kind of relaxing movie that you watch with your family. The music is very good, as you know. The jazz music also is good for children, I think, and I have to say that the music is very good. Woody Allen is so what they call and potential director. I also listen his music, his song too. So you have to watch this movie because it's not the movie, but it's the art of modern that you have to watch. You have to watch it. Yeah. So this is the end of my review. I hope you enjoy. So this is the last video that you will see me talking. First, I have to say that I really like this topic because there is no politics issue, no stretching issue that when I think my head is gonna explore. But this is the movie that I like, so I feel really relaxed to talk about this. And okay, this is the last video that you will meet me. I have to say that I really thank you for everything that you have been done to me about the recommendation letter or everything that you talked to me, and I really appreciate it to be your student. I hope you be happy other years that you have been teaching in Portisan Tritiagon School. So be happy in your life and be healthy. I hope you get healthier like this. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget to watch Midnight in Paris. So I think I should end my review so I can have enough time to upload it to you. So thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoy it. I have to say goodbye.